I'm going to do a terrific show today, and I'm going to help people because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
I gotta say, it's been quite a trip, even just like the last couple of minutes. I've got it all up on Twitter. Like, hey, anybody who wants to come into this stream can come on into this stream. And then I start, plugging stuff in and turning stuff on and clicking buttons and going where I normally do. But because I just upgraded this thing to a 6.1 trash can Mac, man, the security settings are, oof. I gotta allow this and allow that and go back and forth. And what was an hour until work has turned into 45 minutes until work. So what are you gonna do? Anyways, so I believe I had it in the description, or at least in the Twitter. All are welcome, especially the Clip Studio gurus, and I'm going to probably want to send this via direct message to all my friends. And try to get as many people in here as possible. That it's gonna like happen in an hour. I know everybody's busy, but what can you do what you can. I might end up before this is all over going to YouTube and looking for a how to organize your Twitter DMs. Like a professional. So what I'm working on here, it's an odd angle. I really think it's the only one that would work, and I know that there's an easier way to do this. I'll probably take care of it whenever the inks happen with the perspective ruler. If I try to get into this now, it'll just I'll never be able to get this to work out the way that I want it to. So I'm going to end up throwing that out real quick and just working on my working on the pencils version of things. So let's see, paper pencil, is that what I want? That's probably going to work. So I've got a figure behind another figure, looking from the top down from the back. This is which is not an angle I'm used to. I'm probably gonna this is gonna take a lot of refinement. And for one panel, I'm gonna have a leg. I'm looking from the top of the cylinder down basically through the glute right here. Maybe talking about it while I do it, and a bent leg, so calf, Achilles, heel versus this glute, rear thigh, rear calf, Achilles, heel. Now, at some point, I'm going to have to, let's see why my eraser's not working. It is a snap eraser. Okay, so pen. Oh, there we go. This is my tip of the Wacom stylus somehow was stuck. All right, so these are going to be the rear of the jeans. I'm trying to think of like the way that the cloth is going to fold, and of course, our good guy here is wearing a straight jacket, so let's get rid of those dark lines. Wearing a straight jacket, and it's just going to go this way, and it'll have a strap. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's been a busy couple of weeks. It is A lot of stuff. Excuse me, a lot of stuff going on with like just household crap, and beyond having I talk about this all the time, and I complain about it like it's a bad thing, but it's just I'm already my mind is already as discombobulated as possible. Trying to organize my thoughts and what I want to do for the day. I am not one of those people that's given to automatically thinking that I've got some sort of a disorder, because everybody's got one. And being the not group oriented person that I am, I do not like to fall into it's sort of like, if everybody thinks the Doors are an awesome band, then my first instinct is going to be, no, just because. But on the other hand, a billion Chinese people can't be wrong about rice, until you talk to somebody who's on a keto diet, and then you're like, well, maybe they can. So our bad guy here, basically what we have is our good guy wearing his awesome costume, which is a do-it-yourself. This is a do-it-yourself Batman. This is a do-it-yourself Iron Man. That's what we've got here. He is holding his victim as a human shield, using a meat hook around his neck right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. See my pen. Hopefully you can. And he's got another one betwixt the nethers here on the left hand, which is going to be out of the shot just because of the angle of the camera. But we know it's there from the other two, from the previous 3 pages. We're working on page 4 here. And I want my bad guy here to be more broad. And I need to be more. This is something that happens in my head. Just like the way that it's odd the way that I tend to draw things. I go into more detail than I should in the pencils, and then I try to do my inks with more expression, and aside from technical straight lines and things like that. I feel like I'm a little bit upside down backwards and inside out, and there. And I've been trying to undo that for years and years. This is the second page that I've done digitally. I do like the program, but I also realize I'm probably only using about 10% of its potential, 20% if I'm being generous. Working with a Wacom Intuos 3 tablet. The secret to that is your tablet here. Okay, if you want to make sure that everything's lined up right, and what you're doing on the screen is the same as what you're doing on the tablet, this has to be set up exactly parallel to the monitor. Otherwise, up and down, left and right, your north and south, basically your true north will be not true north, and all your strokes will feel unnatural and off kilter. So it's and the way the monitor that I'm using to look at it has these 2 legs. It's an LG gaming monitor, really nice. It's got these 2 legs that shoot out, so I have to feel the stoppers on the bottom of the Intuos pad and make sure that it feels lined up nice and straight. Excuse me. So yeah, so I upgraded this Mac. I had a 2008, an early 2008, which I loved to death. In fact, it was my second one. I kept it running for quite a while. Tried streaming and drawing at the same time with the graphics card that it came with, and I got a lot of skippiness, a lot of jumpiness, and so I upgraded that card to the highest that computer could take. That was about $300, and did good for a while. But as I was getting into doing more video and working really simply with Premiere, just basically using Premiere the way that somebody else would use iMovie, just to do some simple, really simple editing. It was taking a long time to render video and other things. The Adobe suite that I have was not up. Being a subscription based model now, where it used to be serial keys. The Adobe suite is just constantly updated, and I was working with El Capitan as a operating system, and it would only upgrade so far. So I was stuck at this level of, I'm paying for all these Adobe products, which on the whole, if you're paying for the entire package, it's actually cheaper than if you're just paying for Illustrator and Photoshop. A la carte Adobe just really bends you over. And you might as well, but who's got the time to get in all that other stuff? The point being, it was a lot of things like my QuickBooks app I couldn't work with. That's important to me. I had to go online to do it, and things were just slowing down and basically being out of date. So it was time. I went to not an outright new version cheese grater Mac, the 2019. So you want to get into that? You're talking about a base price of like $6,000. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but the 6.1 trash can model that I have, which is literally like this tall and this big around, and the reason why is because it does not have a lot of hard drive expandability, which is something that they brought back. It's what they had in the 2008, and they brought back in the 2019. If you guys can see, let's see. I don't want to make that big. I want to make this big. Okay. This is the 2008. This is my other one running Tiger. It's also running OS 9 so that I can run this. I've been through this before, my old my vinyl cutter that will not quit. It reminds me of my 1978 Monza wagon with a V6. That car is that would live forever. So right now this has got maxed out RAM, maxed out video card, graphics card. It's got a monitor that I could plug in. I could plug into to it. No hard drive, which I'm moving some things around. I might throw one in there. I know that my son just suffered a crash when a squirrel got into the transformer box at his apartment complex, knocked out his electricity, and he almost lost all of his projects. He's a music major at WVU, and I was like, "Hey, look, I've got this. Where is it? I don't know where I put it. Oh, yeah, this chintzy thing. Maybe. I mean, it works. That I got off of Instagram. You just basically plug a hard drive into there, and you can go like, hey. I've got these hard drives laying around. I'm moving this data back and forth, and I've got some empty ones. Maybe you could use one and back up all your data right there, so that you don't have to rely on you do your off-site stuff as well. But it'd be nice to have that right at hand. Something bootable that the next time you go down, you can you get right back up again. So I've tossed some computers in the garbage in the past just because they were like way old, and never ever got rid of the hard drives. I've only ever had one hard drive, a platter drive, crash on me so completely that it would not spin up. And ever since then, I'm still paranoid that something like that is going to happen again. So I've got like a 2 terabyte platter drive, a 2 terabyte solid state drive that's backing up this now, and then 2 1 terabyte drives. And I'm at the point where I don't have enough data to fill all those things. I have enough space to to back everything up like so many times, and it's, to me, it's kind of like buying snow tires. Okay. I buy snow tires so that it won't snow. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have a feeling this winter that's not going to be the case, because things were I mean, it has taken forever for spring. All right. It's taken forever for spring to finally. I mean, what? It showed up for like a week, and then I feel like this arm should be a little bit more compressed. If we're top down, I don't want to profile these upper arms out too much, but so all right, arms out. Those aren't too long, I don't think. Anyways, I mean, I don't want it to look like it's not like a freaking computer drew it. Okay, so let's see if I get in here. Fist, because he's holding the meat hook coming out from the pinky side. And you know, fun fact, that is our character's name. His name is Meat Hook. And I love when I finally get down on working on this thing. It's like it's such a natural state of being. Yeah, things are getting a little gloopy here. It's because I am out of angles. There's a lot of correction happening here. This is probably where like a lot of artists will be like, you know what? Let's just silhouette that shape. We can make it work if we just silhouette that shape. It's going to be like this, I mean, it's a decently long hook, and it's going around his neck. For crying out loud. Notifications. Okay. And then I'm going to end up, cranking the visibility on this thing down so that I can actually. Oh yeah, by the way, anybody who does happen to be listening, I should probably. Yeah, anybody who does happen to be listening, please let me know if you can hear me, because I had to do quite a bit of jumping through hoops in order to get this audio to work out right with my mixing board. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to get as much new technology to work with old technology, and working with, Thunderbolt 2 to Thunderbolt 3 to USB Type-C. There's adapters all over the place, and wires and stuff, but I do feel like I've got it figured out. Okay, we're not going to see any of this guy's legs. I'm not even going to worry about it. It's only if I try to, which is something that I do fairly often. I have this tendency to, want to make sure that everything that can be seen should be seen, and a lot of times it's very much like forcing the pass. But all of the relevant imagery that needs to be needs to be seen right now is being seen. So I'm just gonna kind of sketching these stairs. So what's happening here is our and this is right. This panel, this entire page, is scanned in from. There goes my water. Is scanned in from a rough. This is how I like to do mine. They're on. This is something I picked up from it's a YouTube channel, CAE. I think it's CAE Comics something. So I like to lay it out on this. Okay. This is actually page 5. Put in some script notes over here. I think Graham, it's like a mixture between something I saw on a YouTube channel and I think this is the way it's either Graham Nolan I saw doing it like this, or I'm just going to go with that. So anyway, so let's get this back into the right view. Oh, there goes Bear. Somebody's probably home from school. Yep. Someone's home from school. Who is going out on a date tonight with a senior person in her school, not an old man. Is that right? I got my camera right. Going out with a senior. I'm still waiting for her to tell me all about this. Anyways, so I scan him in, I turn him into blue, and this is basically, what that is. Our hero is taking this gentleman as a human shield up these here steps. And eventually it's going to be clean and, kind of look more like that. I just kind of get rid of the blue to look more like that. I do not yet know if I'm going to be putting stuff in color here, but what we're seeing here, just to give you some idea, is our hero is in a complex, and he is being assisted by a, we'll call it like a computer guru person who's has the layouts of this building, who is our do-it-yourself Iron Man, his DIY Batman Iron Man type getup is sending signals back and forth so that his help can track actions, see bad guys, and effectively give our DIY hero here some sort of an advantage. And it's all part of an probably a story it's my first story, and I'm hoping that I'm not biting off more than I can chew, because there's a lot of moving parts, and I've never done any of this before. I've only ever had the idea. So now that I'm following through on it, working with software that I've never worked with, never written anything. I've done a lot of art. I've done a lot of other people's ideas, but this is one of mine. Let's see. If we're twisting this way, then fabric is going to do this. What does the back of the costume look like? That is a good question I ask myself. So what I'll do is open the image. I actually have to keep this thing for reference. My characters, got to open Meat Hook. Open this. That's what he looks like. We're gonna kind of do is make things up for this one panel. Come on, clip. Where's my window? That's what I ought to do. I got some Discord stuff coming in. This is only going to go on for like another half hour. Let's see if anybody jumps in. They're going to bug me. I'm going to bug them. All right. Oops. The stylus sticks to one. Well, I got two monitors here. If I'm using the stylus, it only sticks to one monitor. So if I want to move over into the other one and manipulate windows and whatever, I got to switch over to the mouse. It's confusing sometimes. All right, so straps back here. And I believe normal straight jacket, he's going to have this collar here. And it's supposed to be a replica of Houdini's straitjacket. That's what we're looking at here. Part of the character's story is he has this uncanny, and we don't know where it comes from. It could just be instinct. It could be a touch of what I would call like an advantage. It's not necessarily a superpower, but a in wanting something like this to be believable. The reason why I came up with this idea at all, it was I actually commented on this not too long ago. I heard a lot of stories in the past when my kids were younger, and you would hear a lot of stories about kids being neglected to the point until they're like left in the backseat of a car, just starved to death, and like really terrible stuff. And I would think to myself, what would somebody do if they actually wanted to vigilante something like this? Let me get back into my black here. If they were actually going to pull a vigilante type thing, how would it work? Well, it wouldn't work. One person wouldn't be able to do this. It's unrealistic. You'd have to be, like even Batman had help from Robin and Alfred and all the money in the world. What if you don't have all the money in the world? What if all you have is the ability to make some really gruesome getup that is the kind of thing you'd see in a horror movie, and just go and wreak your own havoc on these people, these selfish assholes who have absolutely no concern for anyone but themselves. What would it look like? How would you actually scare somebody? Because I don't believe that. I mean, maybe it's because in the world in Gotham, if you're out at night and you see somebody dressed up as Batman right now, that wouldn't scare me. If, however, you had somebody dressed up, let's see if I can get this to show up again. Somebody, come on now, do as I say. Yeah, somebody dressed up like this, like looking like a lunatic, an escaped lunatic from an asylum, that might actually do something. And so that's where our hero is born. That straitjacket that you see is supposed to be the Houdini straitjacket, which is a moniker that he had picked up in his state champion wrestling days, being able to get a reversal, which is worth 2 points, by the way. Get a reversal. Just an uncanny ability to not get tangled up or held or trapped or pinned. Always being able to escape. All right. I'm going to get those feet there. I'm going to have to flesh that stuff out later. This is probably going to be darker here, and the boots. This is all going to be black leather. So, anyways, so he's basically walking up the stairs here. Be interesting to find out if all of this talking, if I actually was able to be heard. I had to do like get a USB to audio so I could plug my mixing board in. Let's see if I got it. This is going to be a corner of the wall here, basement door here. And this whole, like, just for this whole scene lasts for 8 pages. I don't know that this is ever going to be visited again. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out. All right. There was a thing. All right. What I'm having an issue with right now is where my purple frames are, I can only draw. I can only draw so far away from the border. Otherwise, nothing actually happens, and it looks. So I need to. I know there's a way around this, and I cannot remember what it was. Show ruler, all layers, link guide. Oh, I remember. It was up near the top. Snap to grid, snap to special ruler, snap to ruler. I think that was it. Got to turn some stuff off. And then I can, yep, there it is. All right. So doorknob here. Yeah, before I figure out the rest of this panel, I'm going to be studying a little bit more about the perspective ruler, and I'm sure it's just going to take like a couple of minutes to get the hang of it, and then another couple of minutes to just get some practice and understand it and apply it to what's going on here, because eventually, we're going to want to ink this stuff up, get it looking real sexy. So anyway, so I have some family issues to deal with before I run off to work. I'm going to make sure everybody remembers that I still live here. And so that's going to be it for now. If you guys are watching, if you dig this stuff, if you dig my, what would you call it? Ramblings, tangents is what I like to call it. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, throw the kids some love. I'll be back. I might even try to get back on this thing when I'm done with work. I get out at like late. And I'm going to leave everything just the way it is. Probably try to get onto another stream, but like I was saying before, there's a whole bunch of balls in the air, and this one happened to come down. So, what can I say? Yes! There is, I really feel good about this. This is going to be something. I'm looking forward to the learning process and seeing what the end of this book looks like versus the beginning of this book. And I'm doing it chronologically for that reason. I want to be able to explore Clip Studio here on the Mac, Clip Studio on the iPad, Clip Studio, or I want to do a page in, Procreate. And, just like get into all of it. I got some traditional stuff over here on the art table you guys can't see. And it's going to be like this whole, like, get at it when I can get at it and get away from try to get away from my custom paint stuff and give me more time to do this. So your patience and attention is always appreciated. And then, like I had just previously mentioned, hit that like and subscribe.
You can't rush art.
And I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, said Dave. The end.